I'm Zach Weiss, co-founder of Worn & Wound. We're at Time to Watches in Geneva, which is a smaller show that happens alongside Watches and Wonders. And we're at the booth of one of our favorite brands, Sinn. Earlier this year, they came out with these watches, the U50 HYDRO. So this is a continuation of the U50 line that has been extremely popular that came out several years ago. This is the basically the 41 millimeter version of their robust diver that they've kind of made, their modern divers that they've made for a long time, scaled it down, made it nice and thin. You probably know about it already. This has been a huge success for the brand, and they've come out with several permutations since. Last year they had the titanium and gold bronze versions, which were the T50 models, so a little bit different. But for this year they did something really cool that I think real Sinn diehards such as myself were particularly excited about, which is introduce their Hydro technology into the U50 line, which is a technology that's been around for 20 years. And what the Hydro technology means is that they fill the watches with oil. And what this does is a couple of things. One, it allows for an incredibly high water resistance. These are 500 bar, 5,000 meter water resistance. It will out-survive you, certainly, in the water. And secondly, and perhaps more practically, the oil has the same refraction as the water, so you do not get the mirror effect on the crystal when underwater. So it's much easier to read underwater. But there's actually another effect that's really cool, and that is that the dial appears to almost be projected onto the surface of the crystal. When you look at these watches from a low angle, you can still completely see the dial because it's almost magical. It looks like it's floating over it and almost looks digital in a way. It's extremely cool. Because these are filled with oil through and through, they are quartz-powered watches, so they are also really robust. This is sometimes contentious, but I think if you understand the story, you understand the value in what is being brought here, and quartz is part of that story. It's just the technology that makes that function. They just wouldn't exist otherwise. An escapement can't beat in oil, it makes sense. So you get basically the best of all the worlds with this U50 HYDRO. You get the size of the U50, you get the robustness of their various technologies here. You have black coating, tegimenting, I'm wearing one as well that's a mix of the black and the steel, and then the incredible depth rating as well as optical clarity that you get from the oil. Sinn, for some of us, is just really all about those cool technologies that you can't get from other brands, and this is just a really wonderfully distilled form of that. These run between $2,500 and $3,000 depending on the case finish options, strap options, etc. I believe they are available now, and yeah, like I said, these are really, really exciting, and if you are like a tool watch fanatic, a Sinn fanatic, these might be kind of the perfect watch for you. Before we wrap up, there's something I actually learned about these that is extremely cool, and that is that they have a membrane case back. So one of the interesting things about oil is that it expands and contracts because of temperature. The very, very, very old models, such as the EZM2, which I actually happen to have been an owner of, when it got really cold, you'd get a little air bubble in because the oil contracted. Now they have these case backs with a membrane that expand and contract depending on the oil, making up for that change in volume, so you do not get that air bubble anymore, which I just think is super cool. If you'd like to learn more about the U50 HYDRO, please head to wornandwound.com. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.